Everybody's got a blank page, a story they're writing today, a wall that they're climbing. You can carry the past on your shoulders. You can start over regrets. No matter what you've gone through, Jesus, He gave it all to save you. He carried the cross on His shoulders, so you can start over.
Don't let your heart be troubled, don't be afraid. To the brokenhearted, their wishes paid. Never been born, never been torn, never sinned, never disobeyed. I know you think there's no hope, no, but that ain't true. Jesus saved. I know you feeling regret, like I brought this all on myself, like I messed it up big time, and this time I don't deserve God's help. Thinking, how can God forgive me? After knowing what I hid, can He? After knowing that I hid from Him and I stayed away and backslid. Listen, Jesus came for the sick, so true. Jesus came for the weak, amen. Jesus came to give good news and to set the captives free, amen. Listen, Jesus came for the poor, amen. Jesus came with the keys, amen. Jesus came to remove the chains so the prisoners can be released.
Everybody's got a blank page, a story they're writing today, a wall that they're climbing. You can carry the past on your shoulders. You can start over regrets. No matter what you've gone through, Jesus, He gave it all to save you. He carried the cross on His shoulders, so you can start over.
See, His love is deeper than the ocean floor. Run to His arms like an open door. God the Father sent the Son so men can come and be free and gotta run no more. Come to me, all who are weary, with heavy burdens I'll give you rest. Separating you from your sin, as far as the east is from the west. Thrown in the sea of forgetfulness. What sin, what offense? And when them waves come crashing in, I'll calm the winds in your defense. So whatever it is that you've done, He put that punishment on His Son. You'll never come under His condemnation, conquer sin and Satan and his accusations. So dry your eyes, lift up your head. Hallelujah, God is not dead. Plus He gave us His peace, and He took our guilt on the cross instead. Took our place and now we embrace a clean slate with the eyes of faith. We do unfailing love, unfailing love. It's not too late, start over.
A story they're writing today, a wall that they're climbing. You can carry the past on your shoulders. You can start over regrets. No matter what you've gone through, Jesus, He gave it all to save you. He carried the cross on His shoulders, so you can start over.
Hey guys, welcome to DU Live. We are glad to have you here. I'm Kiev.
I'm Michael.
I'm Kira.
And I'm Tyus.
So on a regular Sunday, you usually catch us right here at 3415 14th Street. But since these aren't any regular circumstances, we're coming to you in this thing virtual.
And we are coming virtually with some fire.
Yes, sir.
We are coming with, powerful, important messages from your very own DU Live crew and our awesome teachers.
So tune in each week on YouTube at Northeast Bible Church, Decision University. And also give us a follow on Instagram at Decision_University.
Now it's time for the word.
Good morning, NEBC family. This is DU Live. I'm Tyus.
I'm Kira.
And I'm Michael.
I'm Mr. Greg.
What was the pause? Like, what happened?
I didn't even know that was coming, so
Yeah,
you had to chop that out. So, all right, go ahead.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about relationships. 3 points that we think, and also the Bible thinks, are very important in relationships. We call it, or he calls it, the fruits of the Spirit. We ain't talking about apples. We ain't talking about oranges.
What
no
about
plums.
peaches, though?
Not even that. Even though I like
good old
peaches, we
peaches.
ain't even
Man,
talking
come
about
on,
peaches,
bro.
man.
Come on, bro.
We're talking about joy, kindness,
Okay.
and peace.
Okay.
This ain't fruit you can eat, but you can take it with you wherever you go now.
That's right.
So let's get into joy. What is joy?
Easy way a lot of people take it as is happiness, but it's more than just happiness. Happiness is like a temporary thing, kind of. Things make you happy. Meaning like joyful It's like not a lifestyle, but it's just
The
like,
joy just happens.
It's just
like
happens. Like,
it just comes into you without permission. You know,
like it's just you just it causes. All right, let me say, happiness can make you happy, but you being joyful can make others happy.
Yeah, I like that. I
It
like
spreads.
that.
It spreads more than happiness.
Okay.
So we got joy is not the absence of sorrow or pain. So you can still be, you know, like having a bad day. You can still be joyful though, right? Joy is gladness that is not based on circumstances and or situations. So like Michael said, just cause I done went to Popeyes and, you know, I done got me a chicken sandwich, that doesn't bring me joy, right? Joy is just, it just is, right?
And
I
bringing
could-
others a chicken sandwich.
Bring others a chicken sandwich, right?
Yes.
I think he's sending a message to you.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah. Just saying. Just saying. Though.
It is the choice to be glad in spite of all that is going on around us. So like with that chicken sandwich, right? You could have got fries as a side. They didn't give you coleslaw. Come on now. What you gonna do about that? You gonna be sad all day because you done got coleslaw?
Get my fries, man. I want a nasty cold mayonnaise.
Or you can be happy for the fact that you got that chicken sandwich.
Or you can be happy that you got some
can
food
be
in
joyful
general.
that you
Oh.
have money to
Okay.
purchase that food.
That's
You-
true.
So let's take it away from Popeyes for a second. What does
Okay.
joy have to do with a relationship, right? Oh, y'all are looking at me? Okay, so in a relationship, like, things are not always gonna be good. In life, things are always gonna be good. Like, you're gonna, you know, come, what's it called? Roadblocks, you know? There's gonna be some of them, some speed bumps or whatever, right? You can't let that break a relationship down. You can't let that separate you from your partner. If anything, like, being joyful during those moments will only make, like, your relationship stronger, right?
Okay.
And
So,
then- go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and the same thing, you know, because yeah, we are talking about relationships, but at the end of the day, you know, the most important relationship that we have is with God, and so when we, just like Ty said, it goes with the same relationship with God. Even though there are trials and tribulations going on in our life, let's be happy that we still alive. We got clothes on our back. We living under a roof, you know, because some people don't get that stuff, and so yes, we may have some speed bumps or some construction going on. We got to take a whole detour and go on the whole other side of the highway. You know, we just have to be joyful. That's the fact that we can get on that other side of the highway.
Right. So I'm gonna just ask everybody. I'm gonna go first. Describe what a joyful friendship or relationship looks like to you. So I got a homeboy. I got a couple of homeboys. I even Kiev. He ain't even here right now. We can go like a couple of weeks, a week and a half without talking, like no communication at all. But when I see my bro, it's like no time passed at all. Like I'm happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna like harp on the fact that like, oh, like we haven't talked in this amount of time, like things not the same. Nah, it's not like that. It's never like that, right? I'm just happy that, you know, I'm in this moment with my homeboy, right?
I'm gonna piggyback off that. For me, like when I'm with like friends, we don't have to go out or party. You know, just to be. We could be chilling at the house, eating some takeout, and like we'll be suffice. Like we'll be glad that we just in the presence of each other because this is my best friend, my girl. Like we're just in the presence of each other, and that makes us. We don't have to be out in the club or out to the movie or something. We can sit right there at the house on the floor, eating. I don't
That's
know,
what's up.
and just be
I mean, not to like piggyback off of both of them because that's the easiest way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's like you just generally seeing them, being with them, brightens up your day, or you brighten up their day. Something can be going so long in both of y'all lives, honestly, but just because y'all there together, just because y'all like seeing each other, or like y'all can see each other every day, but just because y'all see each other, it's just like, man, everything will be all right. Like me and you we got each other's back. You know, me and you can do anything and conquer anything. We can do like nothing's gonna stop us. And that's the type of relationship that we all need with God and with somebody here to keep you accountable. Because typically those are the friends who keep you accountable on things too. So yeah, I feel.
What about you, Mr. Greg?
So, I mean, I guess we just doing this whole piggyback thing.
Boy, everybody on my back, huh?
But yeah.
You went first.
Yeah. But I mean, I agree. For me, those relationships are where it's give and take. Because some people, some relationships can really drain from you. You know what I mean? Where you're just exhausted because it's 100% their way. You're not getting anything, right? But in these types of joyful relationships, I just think about my boys. It really is okay when I'm up, I'm helping lift them up. When they're up, they're helping lift me up. And so there's always a constant, feeling coming from that. Not the FEEL, but the FILL, right? So to where you are drawing something from this. Right. So I hope I spelled that right there.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
He was confused a little bit.
Okay, but yeah. So, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. To where you guys help each other, help to build each other up.
And I just want to take a second and look at the flip side of that situation, right? So we all describe like us just being around somebody that we just enjoy being around, and that's what brings you joy, right? But imagine instead, like, you hang out with somebody and like y'all aren't cool until y'all are doing something cool, right? Imagine how draining that would be. Like, you can't even be around this person unless you're doing this or unless you're doing that.
Right.
And that's not what like a good, healthy relationship looks like.
At all.
I just wanted to hit on
That's
that
a good
for a
point.
second.
You can, and it's not like you can't have acquaintances, because those are typically friends. Just like y'all can say y'all friends, but y'all more acquaintances. It's okay to have those people to talk to. I mean, you're gonna have those just to get a relationship, a joyful relationship. You're gonna need to get to that stage at first. That stage is gonna happen, but you can't just have that one and rely on that one constantly. That's when it gets really drainful. Like, it's okay every now and then. It's like, man, let's go. We could just go do something real quick. Just do it. But it's like you do it over and over again. And it's like
It's very draining. And
Like, you gotta like think of something every time y'all about to go
Right,
hang out.
right.
Like, man, like, what are we even gonna do?
Right.
Like, imagine not doing nothing. How about that?
exactly. It's just chill and talk.
And you know what?
good.
When you find somebody that you don't gotta do that with, it's peaceful. It's peaceful.
It
Come
is.
on.
I see what you did.
I like
I see what you did.
Hey, and that brings us into our next topic, peace. So what is peace to you, right? What is peaceful to y'all?
Peace, to me, no conflict, no anger, no animosity, no just like nothing. Like, we cool. It's mellow. Like, I ain't gotta worry about if I say the wrong thing. Are you gonna flip out on me, or vice versa? Peace is just chill, mellow, like
Peace to me, man. It's just I like to use another word, just smooth.
smooth.
Nothing else but just smooth. Like, there's not. I don't know how else to use another word. Like, it's just everything's just smooth. Like, nothing's gonna stop it. No bumps, no cracks, no nothing.
So, peace is not the absence of conflict, right? Because, I could be at peace. I got a million other things going on, right? I can still be chilling. It's the courage to resolve and the desire to move towards a better outcome for both parties. Remember, we talking about relationships. It's not just you. It's you and
Your boo thing.
or your homeboy, whatever it may be. A relationship can be anything. So, I don't know. Even just talking about peace right here, did y'all not feel that? Did y'all not feel it just like get like mellowed out? Everybody just started chilling. And I think peaceful is important in a relationship, because anytime there's a problem, if everybody just freaks out, everybody just like starts wilding out, your brain starts moving at 1,000 miles per hour. You can't even think of a good resolve for your conflict because everything is just moving too fast. Like, sometimes you just gotta chill, Sometimes you gotta find a little peace, And that's when you start thinking the best, right? Like, so I just want to ask y'all again, we all talking about experiences here. We all grown. So, name a time that not only were you at peace, but you were at peace when there were just a million other things going on. And your peace helped you overcome those things. You found resolves in your peace.
Yeah, at work, man. Sometimes it's like I'd be overloaded at work. I feel like just stressed and like, man, I had to get this done today. I had to get it done like a certain time frame, but it's just like, a lot of times you overthink things. Whenever you just like, you know what, God, you got my back. Like, you pray about it, man. He show you some things, and when it's something about when you had a calm and peace, and like your brain's just chill. You start to see things differently. You start to see like, you know what? Let me see how many I can get done. Let me give them more than what they asked, or like let me just. It's nothing that serious. Or if I have to stay a little bit extra, I can stay a little bit extra. It's not gonna hurt me. But it's when you start stressing out, like, oh no, I have to get this done. You start to make mistakes. You start getting worse and worse. So I mean, that's to me, that's the biggest place I have that issue with is at work. But when I get a peace of mind, nothing can stop me.
Now, one of my biggest areas was, not no more, I guess, but school. You know, school used to stress me out. And, you know, I think I took the peace thing a little too far because I ended up finding the wrong resolve, right? So,
You got way too peaceful.
yeah, so, you know, you end up getting stacked with all this homework and stuff like that. And instead of just, like, finding a peace to just, like, do the work, I just like found peace in doing nothing at all. And I was just like sitting here chilling with 100 assignments, got zeros in a grade book. I'm just chilling regardless. That's the wrong example of peace. But you know what? A resolve is a resolve. I made it. You know what I'm saying? 2019 graduate, I made it.
I mean, we're not saying we condone it. We're not saying to not do your homework all the time. I mean, like stop. But I mean, I understand what he's saying. He did let it take over his life and stress him out to the point where he can't handle it no more.
So on the flip side of peace, right? You have like people you just meet and y'all are just like going at it, like head to head, right? Y'all are just, you can't agree on nothing. Y'all are arguing about everything. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, y'all are just cool. Like, out of nowhere. Like, y'all just agree on one thing and, like, everything just happens to be smooth after that. So, like, why is that, you know? Like, why does stuff like that happen?
I don't know, man.
That's a good question.
Because, I mean, I can tell you, me and Kiev got in actually, like, physical fights before. And 30 minutes later, we just chilling like nothing happened. Like, that makes no sense. That's a good question because it's weird.
It is.
It's weird. And then you look at it and you just laugh at it like, man, that was so dumb. Like, why do we fight over something like nothing that it didn't even matter? Like,
I think it's just human nature, to be honest, right? I mean, I think it is just part of who we are, right? We all, I mean, especially when you're territorial, right? And typically conflict comes when you cross over my territory, I cross over your territory, somebody gets offended. You're not going to have conflict without somebody getting offended, right? So I think that plays a huge role in it. But when you realize that it's not the end of the world if this person comes over on my territory, that's when you start to build that friendship. I mean, actually, it's even better, right? So it's like, let's say, I guess the best biblical example would be Abraham and his nephew Lot, right? So when they had the issue with the land, and they said, okay, well, you go your way and I go my way. But at the end of the day, that didn't resolve the conflict. Lot ended up getting taken over. You know what I mean? But the reality is that they would have just learned how to be on each other's territory and deal with one another. Abram would have been there to protect Lot, and we'd be talking about a whole different story at that point. So I think that's the key is, I mean, just learning. I mean, I'm going to be offended.
Yeah.
I'm going to offend you. But at the end of the day, we're going to be good.
And you know what? In my case, I don't know how it is for y'all, but, like, I usually end up just, like, butting heads with people who are exactly like me.
Yes.
All the
Like,
That's it.
like if we're just like butting heads and arguing all the time, you are just like me. And if we just step back and realize that, like both of us, we'll probably like end up being like really, really good friends.
Exactly.
And sometimes, you know what it takes to do that? God. You won't step back until you just like find some peace somewhere else. And just like really think about like, hey, who is this person? Like, why am I butting heads with this person so much? And then that's where the resolve comes. God really just like puts that like peace in your head and like really helps you understand a person a lot better. And I think that's a big part of peace, right? Like being able to step back so you can understand somebody a lot better. Even during an argument, right? Like that's how most arguments actually go.
They're not listening. We talked about it before,
Yeah.
where it's like they don't listen to the argument. They're just formulating
Yep.
the next thing they're going to say in
counter.
the argument. So it's like a lot of arguments. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
And like y'all end up just like being on the same page. Actually, y'all are just
Yeah.
y'all are arguing
Yep.
just to
Making the same point.
because one
Yep.
person just wants to be right at the end.
Yeah.
Even though y'all are both right, if you make that person feel like they're right, then that's what it's gonna be.
I mean,
So y'all sound like y'all ready for marriage then.
no.
I'm kidding. That was a joke. I'm kidding. That's the thing that marriages do for the most part. Is you'll be arguing over the
You
same
can't
point.
be saying that though.
My heart stopped.
That word kind of weird, man.
So has there been a time where you can say it was only God who brought you and another person together?
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
I got
yeah.
it. Whew, hold on. I got a couple of them. No, I'm just playing. But no, there is this one family member that I have. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But ever since me and this family member got in contact with each other, it's always been this. Like we always bumped heads. We never seen eye to eye. This family member would do something to me, and I turn around, be petty, and do something back. And then we don't talk to each other for 6 months. And this is a person that you shouldn't go without talking to for 6 months. If y'all are catching my drift. And it went on for years. I would say about 4 or 5 years too. It's always something. Like we'd be good, and then something else would happen. And then, why are you bringing this up? This happened 7 months ago. Or it was just a lot. And I finally, for me, I had to take, I had to sit there and be like, all right, what is my part in this? Like, what am I doing that's making this be this way? What's going on with me? So I had to sit there and really realize, okay, well, let me change what I'm doing. And then once I did that, then this family member started, following suit and changing. And now we good. Like, we cool. I see, I'll be like, hey, what's up, But only God, because I have to sit there and ask God, like, God, can you please give me that, what is the word that I'm looking for? But give
Just
me
like the understanding.
the
of the person.
understanding of this person. Where are they coming from? And understanding on how I can fix this situation.
That's real. And I'll add to that. So the fact that we're talking about spiritual fruit starts as a seed in most cases, right? There's a maturity level that has to take place. There's a growth level that has to take place. And so you exercise that. You're exercising that in that situation. My situation is the same. I ain't scared to say it's my mom. Right. I ain't afraid to say that, right? But, me and my mom, we have, we see things the same way. I just go about them differently. Just because she puts the finish line here, hey, I may want to go out. I may want to take the scenic route. I don't want to go the route that you told me to take, right? And so, like you said, the oftentimes the issue isn't the other person. It's our understanding and our approach to the situation. So I agree with what you said a whole 100%.
And I have a similar situation, almost word for word. Like me and this person, it just happened to be that they were exactly like me. You know what I'm saying? And like, it kind of came down to like love languages, right? We've all heard of them, like, and I just wasn't understanding like how this person like wanted to be loved, right? I'm thinking like I'm doing all the right things. I'm like, like giving this person like some of my attention, like here and there, I enjoy being alone though, and I think that was where like the problem in our relationship was that they enjoyed quality time where I enjoyed time to myself. So I really had to like understand them first, and then like decide like, okay, what am I gonna do so that this can be a healthy relationship? Like sometimes you even have to step out of yourself to like make a relationship healthy, and that's a sacrifice.
Yep.
Right? Sometimes you have to sacrifice for another person so you can make that a healthy relationship. So like, if you're a quiet and reserved person, sometimes you just gotta step out. Like be with that person more. Spend more time with them, and in turn, they'll give you some of that love back. They're like they'll start to understand you once you understand them, right? They'll start to be like, oh, okay, so this is more like you enjoy your alone time just how you enjoy like your time with me, and I understand that, so I'll give that to you, right? And it all starts with like a small sacrifice, you know.
Boom.
So we got a verse. It says Ephesians chapter 6 verse 15. For shoes, put on the peace that comes from God. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start the whole thing over. For shoes, put on the peace that comes from the good news, so that you will be fully prepared. So what is the good news?
I mean, we talking about the gospel, right?
That's right.
The good news of Jesus Christ. And so, I mean, to me, what this passage says is the peace you seek has already been accomplished, right? I mean, when Jesus came, lived, and died for us, he's saying that peace has already been accomplished. So you just need to acknowledge that the peace is there and work towards the peace between you and this individual. But that peace needs to start with the fact that the blood makes us all at peace when we trust Jesus Christ. None of us are different from the other because we all needed the same sacrifice, right? So that's what that says to me.
And with that peace, it comes when you're at peace, it changes your whole
Everything.
your life, the way you act, because you typically start to act. Goodness, man, our words today just perfect.
My tongue a little bigger today.
Right? You start to act with like one of our next topics is kindness, goodness, and peace. Or not peace.
Gentleness.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Put some on my book.
Okay, I see what you did.
I took some tips from you, Rob. But yeah, it starts to like mold you differently. Like you don't feel rushed. You see somebody else and you typically want to go help because you're at peace. And when you're peaceful, you want everybody else to feel the same way. Because when you're peaceful and somebody else around you is not peaceful, you can kind of feel that. Like you can kind of feel their stress and stuff start to get onto you. So.
And then like that leads us to like the other fruits that are in God's basket. So we got goodness and gentleness and kindness, goodness and gentleness. They're all linked because these are what we use to express outwardly. Like we give kindness. We're good to people. We can be gentle with other people, right? All the other things are things that like peace and joy. These are the things that they're just natural. They happen when you're around a person. But kindness, it takes a little bit more effort to give, Like sometimes, if you're having a bad day, you just gotta force some kindness.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on,
man.
man. Come on now.
And personally, what that does for me, just forcing a little bit of kindness to somebody else, that can make my day a little bit better. If I'm in the middle of a bad day and I just decide to do something kind out of nowhere, that'll brighten me up. So it's a give and take. Not because I'm getting anything from them, but like, well, you know what, I am, but I'm not in the same way. Like, I'm giving kindness, and I'm receiving, like, the good feeling that they get from their kindness. And that, in turn, makes me happy, because that's somebody I care about, right?
And I'm making a note here. So you said some stuff there. Basically, when you may be feeling down or upset or whatever, kindness helps you out. So what I'm hearing is I can't just go with my natural emotion and just give somebody a good cussing.
Right.
That's what you're saying. That's not gonna make me feel better at the end of the day.
Probably not.
It may feel like it make me feel better, but
You might get something out of your system, but like at the end of the day, what did you just do?
I put it off on somebody else.
You push your energy on somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's like,
All right. So no more good cussings. I got a note right here.
I mean, I know a lot of y'all in school. I don't know about I know Wiley, they're big on it, but everybody heard of the Rachel Challenge, right?
Yeah.
They're sharing the kindness link thing. I mean, that's really what it does. Like when you share that one thing of kindness, it puts it in them to like share with somebody else too, because they're like, dang, bro, that touched me. And then typically when you do that, it makes you want to touch. I ain't trying to sound cliche with that, because we all heard it so many times, but it's honestly a true thing. Honestly,
It's like contagious. So like almost like what we said about joy. Like when you're joyful, other people feel joyful. Same thing with kindness. Like if you're being kind, like when people be passing it forward, like you pay for somebody's stuff in line and they pay for the other person's. Like it's so contagious. And once everyone's being kind and all that goodness, it just feels good. Like it's
really
amazing.
I like to break the rules there a little bit. So when they doing that at Starbucks, I like to just go ahead and take it. Right, and let y'all start over again.
That's not breaking the rules. That's called accepting a blessing.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta be open.
Hey, the Lord has shined His blessing on me. Thank you for the free Starbucks.
You gotta open and receive.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So we got a verse here, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 6. we prove ourselves by our purity, our understanding, our patience, our kindness, by the Holy Spirit within us, and by our sincere love. So, like, what that says to me is, you know, that's the model, right?
Yep.
Like,
That's it.
we prove ourselves by acting the way God did.
That's it.
And, you know, we're not perfect.
We not.
You know what I'm saying?
Not even
It's
close.
going to be a good cussing in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like we should strive to have our good outweigh our bad, right?
Your actions are more important than your words.
And it's like, and I know we say this often, it's easier said than done. Like, it's something that you're going to have to work to do. Something that's, excuse me, that's going to have to take, like, maturity. And, like, that goes back to one of the other fruits, self-control. You know, you have to find that within yourself. You know, you have to have that discipline in order to do these things. So all the fruits of the spirits, they all tie in together.
They really do.
See?
They really
You know what I'm saying?
And-
If you want an apple, you can take an orange, you can take a grape, you can take a strawberry, a plum, a peach, and all of them gonna taste real good together.
They're all fruit.
So I want to end this off with a question.
Okay.
Why are moral virtues like kindness, goodness, and gentleness so important in our relationships?
Man, can you imagine being around somebody that's always angry,
Man.
mad,
Man.
just treating you wrong?
It's not good.
That's
I
not-
can,
that's-
I
that's
can
not a
attest to
relationship,
that.
man. I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah.
it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Like, it's, whether it be with a family member or in like a intimate relationship, like being angry or being mean, it don't do nothing for nobody.
Nope.
Like on either parties. Like you mean, so you know that's taking away your energy and you pouring that onto someone else. Now that's making them sad or that's gonna make them angry, and it's just it's so unsmooth.
That's good.
And
Like
draining.
Good,
and
yeah.
draining. Yeah.
Draining. Because you know what? We talked about joy and peace, and emotions just you know come around and they happen naturally, right? You never need a reason to be joyful. You just are. You never need a reason to be at peace. You just are.
on
But
now.
when you come out of yourself and express anger and you know you're just mean to people, right? That takes effort. You know what I'm saying?
It
You really
does.
do take effort to be mean to someone. Because you took a thought in your mind to formulate to say to
Say
them.
something mean.
Like,
It really does take energy to like stay mad at somebody, especially, right? Like the initial mad, it can happen and then it can go away just like that. But like if I want to stay mad at somebody, I literally have to like think to myself all day like this person did this and that, and like oh I'm just so mad at them, like, and I have to think like keep thinking about it over and over. When I could just like put that aside and think about anything else and just like be good, you know, let my brain take a break, you know. So I think kindness and goodness and gentleness are important because like they don't take energy, right?
That's right.
It doesn't take a lot to, you know, give somebody a compliment. Be nice to somebody for a day, you know, just express kindness. And in turn that's gonna, you know, help them, you know, be at joy
That's
and
it.
be at peace with themselves, right?
That's it.
That's
I mean, they improve the environment, right?
yeah.
I mean, and that's what we all want to do, right? We don't want to be that rotten apple or rotten peach or whatever, right? I don't know why I'm so stuck on peaches, but I mean, at the end of the day,
think you need a
right?
peach, that's what
Maybe
it
I
is.
just need a peach, right? But at the end of the day, like you said, when we are focused on the positive and having these virtues, the kindness, the goodness, the gentleness, that improves. Everyone benefits from that. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone benefits
Yeah.
from that. So, yeah, totally agree.
So I think that's gonna
That's-
wrap us up on this episode,
Yeah.
y'all.
Absolutely.
So we can pray out real quick.
I'll pray us out. Lord, thank you for allowing us all to be here today. Lord, I just pray that without this lesson, we did talk about, you know, kindness, goodness, love, or joy and peace. And I just pray that you help us all, you know, find these fruits and actually use them and apply them into our lives, Lord. And I also just pray that everyone has a great week, you know, and I just want to, again, thank you. Thank you for letting us all be here today and letting us be able to, you know, be a part of this. In your son Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Man.
And with that, we'll see
Catch
y'all
y'all next
later.
time.
Out.
Be you out.
Good morning, DU. We are your Decision University leadership team. I am Miss Trisha.
I am Miss Audra.
And I'm Miss Kim.
And we are DUL. What, too much?
So, good morning. We have some exciting news for you this morning. So, beginning in February, you will have the opportunity to win $300. Yep, you heard me right. $300.
What? What do they have to do? And can I do it too?
No, ma'am. Miss Audra, tell them what they have to do.
Thanks, Kim.
Always
You're doing
hating
too
on
much,
me.
Miss Trish. You're
Always
doing too
hating on
much.
me.
There are 3 steps. The first step, you must invite 3 of your friends to like and subscribe to Northeast Bible Church Decision University. Number 2, you and your 3 friends must watch DU Live on Sunday mornings at 10. Number 3, let us know that you're with us by saying good morning in the chat, and your guests must tell us that you were the one that invited them.
Now, Audra, are you sure I can't get on this? Because I got about 5
No.
friends that...
No, girl.
No.
It's only for 12 through 18 years old. Audra, go ahead. Tell them the rest.
Appreciate it, Kim. Miss Tricia. Ugh, okay. Each week, you will be able to win $25 for having the most guests. We will announce the winner at the end of each broadcast each week. But guess what? There's more.
There's more. Participation is key. If you are answering questions with us each week, you will be entered to win $75 via Cash App.
Okay.
What? $75?
Okay.
Now, don't worry if you don't have Cash App. We will gladly mail you a $75 gift card in the mail. Now, Kim, tell them what else we got.
Okay. So, as you guys know, due to the pandemic, we have not been able to meet in person. Thank you for watching live with us live on DU. We prepared a wonderful place for you to come back to worship.
Yes.
We will be watching to see who is participating with us online every week beginning in February. Those people will be entered into our grand prize of $125.
What? $125?
Yes.
I want to do it too, y'all. What?
So, Kim,
Yes.
so how will they know when that date will be?
They have to continue watching DU Live every week. Look for it in the announcements.
So, there you have it, DU. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No cap. Ain't that what the kids say?
I don't know.
That ain't what the kids say.
So, DU, think of who you would like to invite because the fun starts in February.
So, I think that's all the news that we have for you today. Is there anything else, ladies?
No, nothing I can
that's
think
it.
of. I think that's it.
Okay, well, DU, you have a blessed week, and we will see you in the chat.
Bye.